Hiya guys, thanks for joining me. My name is Mel. I'm going to be taking you through your practice today. So we're going to get started by being down on our backs. So come to lie down. And I invite you to lie however you like really. So it might be that your legs are extended how we're going to end in Shavasana. You might like to take your arms by your sides. Or if you prefer, a little bit of a hip opener starting in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together and knees wide. So just take a moment here just to get nice and comfy, so you might have a little bit of a wiggle. And then just taking these few moments just here at the start of class, just to arrive. So letting go of your day, anything that may have already happened. Let go of any thoughts of the future. And just arriving here in this moment. And let's start by just checking in. So first, notice your physical body. And notice all those points of contact that are touching the mat. Notice if there's anywhere that's resisting or anywhere that's giving you feedback. And then just turn the attention inwards a little more. And check in with your mental and your emotional state right now in this moment. Like you're asking yourself how you are. And just notice if anything comes up. Can you notice what's here without getting caught up in the story, or without judging or expecting it to be different? Just noticing. And then letting that go too. Now move your awareness to your breath. So you might join me in placing your hands just somewhere on your body to connect a little more to the breath. And start to notice as you breathe in that rise of your breath, that rise of your body. And as you breathe out, that gentle fall. Let's take a few more rounds of breath here. All right, and before we start to move a little more in our practice, we'll take a few cleansing breaths together. So getting rid of really anything you're still holding on to. So take a deep inhale through your nose. And open your mouth, exhale it out. Take another one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. One more, your deepest breath you've taken all day. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. All right, let the breath come back to normal. Let the breath be in and out through the nose. All right, from here, now just take your arms by your sides. Begin to bring your knees together and take them in towards your chest. So as they come in, give them a nice big squeeze, like you're giving yourself a nice big hug. Yeah, that's it. All right, gently start to rock from side to side. Just start to massage your lower back on the mat. Notice how that feels. And then keeping your knees into your chest, just take your hands to your knees now and draw little circles with your knees. So knees are staying together. Just starting to draw circles, kind of like you've got a pen on your knees and you're drawing circles in the sky. Yeah. So just start to feel a little bit more through the sacrum. You might notice a little bit more of the mid-back as well. Let's take those circles the other way round, change directions. Notice how that feels, if that feels any different. And then keep the knees into the chest, but take your arms by your sides. Staying with that movement, we're going to take the knees wide now. So start to draw circles and like some big wide circles. So knees are wide, and then taking the toes together. You might feel a little bit more through the hips here. I certainly do. So just notice how they feel. And then change directions, go around the other way. All right, and then the next time your knees come back to center, keep them there. Now slide your hands underneath your knees. Let's rock and roll the full length of the spine. So on your inhale, rock up. Exhale, rock back. Rock up. And rock back. Next time you come all the way up, let's stay up. So we're going to come up. So take your feet so they come hip distance apart. Ground down through the soles of your feet. And we're going to start with some core work. So our practice today is really focused around balance. So to find balance, it's really important that we engage through the core. So we're going to start with a little bit of core work to help us stabilize here. So hands underneath the knees, we're going to start in Navasana. So sit up nice and tall on your sitting bones, and then start to lift your feet up off the mat. So notice if you sink back here, try and lift up. Flex your toes. And then this might be where you stay with your hands underneath your knees, but keep the lift up through your chest. And you might reach your arms forward. If you're feeling really saucy, you might start to extend your legs. You might even point your toes. But just staying wherever feels enough for you right now. Feel like there's a piece of string here attached to your chest. It's lifting you up in your Navasana pose. Take a deep inhale and stay for the exhale. All right, we're taking it to Ardha Navasana. So your next inhale, start to take your back down, your legs forward. You might have a bit of a shake. I do. As you exhale, take yourself all the way back up. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, back up. Last time, inhale. Exhale, come back up. Stay for 1 more breath. Feel the lift up through your chest. Then as you exhale, plant your feet down. Release your hands down. All right, we're going to come forward now. So place your palms forward on the mat and then walk your knees back so you're still on your mat. Keep your knees underneath your hips. Keep that. And we're going to come to puppy pose. So work a little through the shoulders because we'll need that later in our practice. So knees stay where they are, hips stay where they are. Start to walk your hands forward and feel like you're melting your chest down towards the earth. So you might take your forehead down. You might take your chin down, depending on what you need in your shoulders right now. But just start finding somewhere where you can stay and where you can breathe. Take a deep inhale. A deep exhale. Stay for 1 more breath. And then really slowly, no rush at all, start to lift your head back up. Walk your hands back towards you. And we're going to meet in a tabletop position. So again, we've got those knees underneath hips. Wrists we're going to stack underneath the shoulders. And with your hands here, you want to, like you're making your stop sign, create a space between all 10 fingers. Push down through your palms. And we're going to start with some cat-cow, warming the spine. So on your inhale, start to arch your spine, look forward, broaden through your collarbones. Exhale as you round through your spine, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Take a few more like this. Inhale, coming forward, broadening through the chest. Exhale as you round. Inhale, coming forward. Think about dropping your belly down towards the mat. Exhale as you round. Belly sucks in towards the back body. 1 more time. Inhale takes you forward. Exhale as you round. All right, then let's find neutral from here. So not rounding or arching through the spine, just kind of like you're a coffee table here, right? So nice and stable through the hands and the knees. And then start to now reach your right arm forward towards the front of the room. So you want your palm to face in towards your face. Let your left leg extend along behind you, but keep your toes down on the mat. So you'll probably, I certainly do, feel a stretch through your left calf here. So notice that stretch. And then bring your left hip back just a little bit so your hips stay square. They stay in that one line. From here, nice and slowly, on an inhale, start to float your left toes off the mat. Flex your toes, so kind of like you're kicking the back wall with that left foot. Tuck your left hip a little underneath you so your inner thigh is looking up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend your elbow, take your knee into your chest, around. Inhale, extend your arm out, reach your leg long. Exhale as you come to center. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, center. Nice. This time, extend it long, finding that length. This might be where you stay and breathe. Engage your belly. If you prefer, you can bend your knee and point your toe like there's a giant button on the ceiling, right, that you want to touch with your big toe. Stay here, or maybe that right hand comes behind you, magically takes hold of your foot, if it's there for you today. Try and roll your right shoulder a little forward so your chest is still broad. Keep breathing. Take 1 more deep inhale. and stay for your exhale. And then slowly release hold of your foot. Extend your leg, reach your arm forward. Then as you exhale, release your hand down, let your knee come down. And then just move a little through the hips. Take any movement that feels good in your body just to release from that. Doesn't need to look like anything at all, right? All right, let's come to the other side. So again, finding that tabletop in your body. Extend your left arm forward to the front of the room. Really ground down through your right hand. Then let your right leg extend long. Toes are down on the mat first. Again, try and tuck your right hip a little forward so your hips are squaring. And then slowly, kind of like you're moving through honey, float your right foot off the floor. Tuck your right hip, inner thigh looking up to the sky. Then as you exhale, take your elbow and knee to meet round. Inhale, reach forward, leg back. Exhale as you round. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, round. This time the inhale, we stay here. Either staying here or bend your knee, point your toe. Yeah, stay here or take your hand behind you, take hold of your foot. Gently kicking that foot back into your hand, rolling your left shoulder this time a little forward. Take a deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then slowly, without slingshotting, release hold of your foot. Arm comes forward, leg extends back. Take your hand down, release your knee down. All right, and then again, take any movement you like. You might take a breath out through the mouth if that feels good. All right, and then from here, just move your hands a little further forward. And then make our way to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, find your downward facing dog, lift your hips high. And in your down dog, take any movement you like, so it might be a pedal out through the legs, bending one knee, then the other. Just feeling through your body in this posture, noticing how it feels right now. And for me, I don't know about for you, but for me, every time I get to down dog, it feels different. So just noticing how it feels right now in your body. Take a deep inhale and stay for your exhale. And then on your next inhale, lift your heels nice and high. So really find the balls of your feet. Keep pushing down through your palms. Then bend your knees. Take your belly towards your thighs. Keep pushing down through your palms. On your next inhale, lift your heels back high, straighten out your legs. As you exhale, let your heels descend back. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, heels high. Exhale, knees bend, belly to thighs. Inhale, legs extend. Exhale, heels come back. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. And then on your inhale, travel forward now to your plank pose. So shoulders come over your wrists. And yeah, it's called a plank, right? So we want to have a really strong line here. From the crown of your head back to your heels. Engage. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Now take your gaze forward to your hands. Take as many steps as you need and walk your feet all the way forward so they meet your hands. Bend your knees and then let your head be really heavy here, finding a forward fold. So you might take hold of opposite elbows. Perhaps you nod your head, yes and no, letting go of any tension in the neck and the shoulders. And if you're kind of holding here, if you're noticing your mind be really active, can you imagine all the thoughts that are still floating around in your head, just coming out of the crown of your head down to the earth, just letting go a little. And slowly let go of your elbows if you have them. On your next inhale, find a half lift, so hands to knees or to your shins. Start to lengthen the crown of your head forward. As you exhale, fold forward, hands come down, knees can bend as much as you like. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold it forward. One more time, inhale, half lift. This time, hands come to hips, and let's come all the way up to stand. All right, once you arrive, just release your arms so they come by your sides. Relax your shoulders so they're away from your ears. Then look down towards your feet and lift all 10 toes up off the mat. So you're using the balls of your feet, the heels of your feet. Then from here, from your pinky toes down to your big toe, place each toe down individually. This is quite a hard task, right? Seems like it should be easy, but it's quite hard. So we're just creating a little bit of space through the toes and just relaxing the feet a little more. Sometimes we find gripping through the feet, so try and relax that a little. Once your toes hit down, feel the grounding of your feet into the earth and take your hands to prayer at your heart center. Close your eyes and take a moment. We're just coming back to center, back to the breath. And together, let's take a deep inhale. Open your mouth, exhale it out. Gently peel your eyes back open. Then on your next inhale, sweep that prayer up to the sky. Look up to your thumbnails as you reach up. As you exhale, fold forward, pelvis over your thighs as you fold in half. Inhale, take a half lift, lengthen. As you exhale, fold it forward, hands come down. Inhale, sweep your arms up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands through center, back by your sides. We'll add on. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands down. Inhale, take a half lift, find length. As you exhale, plant your hands down and step your left foot to the back of your mat. Take your back knee down and untuck your toes. Adjust your right knee, or right foot rather, so it's in line with your right ankle. Then sweep your arms up, Anjaneyasana. So take a nice deep bend in your front leg. So you feel this stretch, and you probably feel a little bit of a stretch here in your right hip and in your left hip flexor. And then lift a little bit out of it so the pit of your belly lifts off your thigh. Take a deep inhale and stay for the exhale. And from here, left arm sweep it forward to the front of the room. Right arm, reach it back. Keep your torso over your hips. Inhale, arms reach into the sky. As you exhale, take your hands down and frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes and straighten out your back leg. Keep your left hand down and then sweep your right arm up. Open up into a twist. Take a deep inhale. And stay for your exhale. Then plant your hand down, frame your front foot. Step back to your downward facing dog. Right foot steps back to meet your left. On your next inhale, travel it forward, find your plank pose. As you exhale, take your knees down to the mat. Lift your toes and bend your elbows halfway down, so it's a half push-up. Really hug your elbows into your side body. Inhale, push yourself back up. Exhale, release your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and take an exhale. Next inhale, float your left leg, reach it to the sky. As you exhale, take your knee to your nose, round, hug it in towards your chest. Inhale, floats it high. As you exhale, knee to nose, and step it forward in between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips, find length. Then step your right foot forward to meet your left, fold forward. Inhale, arms to the sky, reach it up. Exhale, hands through center, and back by your sides. Left side, inhale, arms high. Exhale, folds you forward. Inhale, take a half left. Exhale, hands plant. This time, right foot back. Back knee comes down, untuck your toes. Adjust your foot as you need it. And then sweep your arms up, reach to the sky. Again, find that stretch. Then make it a little bit more active, lift your belly. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. This time, right arm comes forward, left arm sweeps back. Your inhale, arms come to the sky. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Back toes, tuck them under, frame your front foot. Left hand sweeps up, open up to your twist. As you exhale, take your hand down to the mat. Step yourself back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, take it forward to plank. This time, either knees up or down, bend your elbows halfway down to a low plank. Keep that strong, long line. Inhale, push yourself back up. Exhale takes you back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And this time, right leg float it to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose rounding. Inhale, lift it back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward in between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips, lengthen. And step your left foot forward to meet your right, fold forward. Inhale, arms to the sky, reach it up. Exhale, hands through center. Back by your sides. Let's keep moving. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, take a half lift, lengthen. As you exhale, plant your hands. Walk yourself back to your plank pose. Feet walk back. Take your shoulders over your wrists. For your first one, release your knees down to the mat. Bend your elbows, come all the way down to your belly. Move your hands back just a little. Point your toes, engage your legs. On your inhale, lift your chest to a cobra. Exhale takes you back to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale and stay for your exhale. Then look forward, bend knees, step, walk or float, feet to your hands. Inhale, take a half left. Exhale, folds you forward. Inhale, arms to the sky, reach up. Exhale, hands through center, back by your sides. One more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step, walk or float, coming through your vinyasa. So exhale as you come down through chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale through your up dog or cobra. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Staying for a breath, inhale and exhale. Then looking forward, bend knees, step, walk or float, feet to your hands. On your inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, folds you forward. Inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, hands through center and back by your sides. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale it out. All right, take your feet together. Let's find chair pose. So bring the weight back to your heels. Sweep your arms to the sky. Turn your pinky fingers inwards. Take a deep inhale. A deep exhale, sit down a little deeper. Let's lift up an inch for the inhale. As you exhale, sit back down. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, fold forward, separate your feet, bend your knees, fold in half. On your inhale, take a half lift. As you exhale, plant your hands, walk yourself back to your plank pose. So taking your shoulders over your wrists, keeping that long line. As you exhale, either knees up or down, bend your elbows, come all the way down to your belly. Once you arrive, untuck your toes, and then extend your arms behind you. So like they're reaching back towards the back of the room. Start to lift your chest, engage your legs, lift your legs. So everything's lifting up. Even try and lift your belly up off the mat as well, right? So really, really strong pose. Take your gaze just forward of your mat so all those creases in your neck can release. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, come back down. Then plant your palms by your armpits. Push yourself either back to your child's pose, bottom can come back towards your heels, or making your way straight to your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale wherever you are, and take a deep exhale. If you're not in your downward dog already, we'll meet there. So start to lift your hips up. Then on your next inhale, float your right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Look back towards your right toes, make sure you can see them so they're flexed. Your right leg's super active here, as well as your left leg. Take a deep inhale. Then as you exhale, take your right knee to right elbow. So like you're in plank, travel forward, find the ball of your back foot. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow across your body. Inhale, lift it back and up. Exhale, take your knee to your nose round. Really hug it into your chest. Inhale reaches it to the sky. As you exhale, knee to nose, then step it forward in between your hands. Going to come up to our high lunge. So move your right foot a little over to the right, give yourself some space. Then sweep your arms, reach them up to the sky. So you want to feel really grounded through your feet here. Lift your back heel nice and high. Then begin to straighten out your front leg. As you do this, notice your front toes. So can you relax them a little like you did in your mountain pose? Rebend your front leg. And then from here, start to take your arms forward. So arms reach forward, palms face down. That's it. On your inhale, sweep your arms back up, straighten your front leg. As you exhale, bend, arms forward. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Keep your arms there and just rebend your front leg back to your high lunge. Take your hands to prayer. Start to relax your front toes if you haven't already. Bend your front leg a little more. We're going to come to warrior three. So lift your back heel even higher. Start to think about reaching the crown of your head forward and magically float your back foot off the floor. Flex your back toes like you did in your four-pointed kneeling position. Tuck your left hip underneath you. Lift through your belly. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Rebend your front leg. As slow as you came into it, land. Back foot lands behind you. High lunge, arms to the sky. As you exhale, take your hands down, frame your front foot. Step yourself back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And stay for your exhale. Then look forward to your hands. Bend your knees, step, walk, or float, feet meet your hands. On your inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold you forward. Inhale, take your arms to the sky, reach it up. Exhale, hands through center and back by your sides. Let's take our feet back together. It's our second chair pose, our last one. So feet come together. Take your hands to pray at your heart this time. Then bend your knees, sit the weight back into your heels. Bend your knees nice and deeply. And then now transfer the weight to your toes. So finding the balls of your feet once more. So squeezing your ankles together, your thighs together. Look at one point to help you with your balance. Find your breath. Relax your face. On your inhale, lift a little out of it. As you exhale, sit down a little deeper. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. All right, coming all the way up. Keep your heels lifted if you can. As you exhale, heels come down. Oh, release your hands. And on your inhale, reach back up to the sky. Exhale, fold yourself forward, belly over your thighs. Inhale, take a half lift. As you exhale, plant your hands down, step yourself back, plank pose. This time, bending your elbows or release your knees, come all the way down to your belly. All right, untuck your toes. And this time, interlace your hands behind your back, finding locust pose. So shoulder blades are coming a little closer together. Imagine there's a pencil between your shoulder blades you're squeezing, yeah? Then slowly start to lift your arms, lift your legs, lift everything up off the mat. Again, lengthen through the crown of your head. Keep breathing. Lift your belly up off the mat. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, come all the way down. And then plant your hands. You know where we're going. Downward facing dog. Bend your elbows, lift your knees. Downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Open your mouth, exhale it out. Next inhale, left leg floats to the sky. Again, keep that lifted leg really strong. Flex your toes, keeping that leg active. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee comes to nose, rounding. Inhale, reach it back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward. High lunge, adjust your stance as you need it. Sweep those arms back up to the sky. Find your breath. Relax your front toes. Relax your face. Straighten out your front leg. As you exhale, rebend it. Then reach those arms forward, palms face down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep the bend in your front leg. Arms sweep back up to the sky. Take your hands to prayer at your heart. Start to bring the weight forward to your left leg. Then really slowly again, start to float your back foot off the floor. Tuck your right hip underneath you. Crown of your head reaches forward as your right heel reaches back. Take a deep inhale and stay for your exhale. Rebend your front leg. Land back in your high lunge. Ooh, I nearly lost it then. Arms reach it up to the sky. Embrace the shake. Take one more breath. As you exhale, take your hands down to the floor. Step yourself back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, take it forward. Let's find plank pose. As you exhale, knees up or down, bend your elbows, come all the way to your belly. This time, extend your legs, reach your arms back behind you. We're going to come to bow pose. So this pose isn't for you. You can keep your arms lifted and lift your legs. Otherwise, if you're coming to bow pose, bend your knees, take hold of your feet or your ankles in your hands. On your inhale, lift your chest. Feel like your feet, your toes are reaching back towards the back of the room. Keep opening up your chest. Take your shoulder blades a little closer together. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, come all the way down. Oh. Take your hands to the mat, make a little pillow. Then rest your forehead down on your hands and gently wiggle your hips from side to side, just releasing through the lower back. And nice and slowly, no rush at all, plant your palms by your armpits, push yourself back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, float your right leg, reach it to the sky. As you exhale, take your knee to your nose round. Inhale, lift it back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward. Let's find high lunge, arms to the sky. Take your hands to prayer. You're going to move straight to warrior 3. So float your back foot off the floor, warrior 3. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. And then slowly landing back in your high lunge, arms sweep to the sky. As you exhale, we're going to open up warrior 2. So arms come parallel to legs. Take the deep bend in your front leg. Push down to the outer edge of your back foot. Then flip your front palm, exalt your warrior. Right hand reaches up and over your head. Take a deep inhale and stay for your exhale. Take it back to your warrior 2, arms parallel to legs. Then coming to your side angle, right forearm, take it to your thigh. Turn that palm so it faces the sky. Then sweep your left arm up and over your head, finding your side angle. So keep pushing down through the outer edge of your back foot. Try and relax this right shoulder from your ear. If you need to, or if it feels right for you, you can straighten out your right hand. You might take hold of your right ankle, but keep rolling your top shoulder open. So keep rolling your chest open. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then coming back to your warrior 2, arms parallel to legs. Straighten out your front leg. Oh. Take your back hand to your hip. And just move that back foot a little bit closer so your stance isn't so wide. We'll come to Trikonasana, triangle pose. So lift your thighs off your kneecaps so your legs are nice and strong. Reach forward towards the front of the room. As you exhale, right hand comes down. Again, rolling that top shoulder open to the sky. The left hand might sweep up to the sky. You might take your gaze up towards the ceiling. If you prefer, you can take your gaze down towards your bottom foot. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. And then if your gaze isn't down, look down towards your front foot. Slowly rebend your front leg. Here we're going to come to half moon. So back hand can come to your hip. Start to float your left foot off the floor. This might be where you like a brick in front of your right foot. If not, hand to floor. Keep your back toes flexed. Keep rolling your top shoulder open. Left hand might reach to the sky. If Chapasana is in your practice, or you feel like you can go there today, you might bend your lifted leg, take hold of your left foot, kick your foot back into your hand as you open your chest. Take one more breath if you're in your Chapasana. Then slowly releasing hold of that foot, come back to your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Slowly, as we came into it, rebend your front leg, back to your warrior two, land. Flip your front palm, exalt your warrior. As you exhale, take your hands down to the mat, frame your front foot. Keep your left hand down, sweep your right arm up, open up to a twist. Take a deep inhale here, and stay for your exhale. Take your hand back down to the mat, reach your arms up to the sky, high lunge. You've got this. Hands, take them to prayer. From here, take your left knee up to your chest. Find your balance. Can you be calm here? Regardless of whether you fall, regardless of whether you got this, doesn't matter. Keep breathing. We'll take it to tree pose from here. So start to open your left hip up and plant your left foot on your standing leg. So you can use your hand to help you. You might land on your thigh. You might place it on your calf. Toes might be on the floor. Just try and avoid your knee, so anywhere but your knee. And then find your balance here. Try and draw your right hip in, left hip draw it down. Take your hands to prayer. Can you relax your standing toes? Can you breathe? Can you find center? Hands can stay here at prayer. If it feels right, you can extend that prayer up towards the sky. You might like to find a mudra, finding your second and your thumb finger together, rolling your shoulders down onto your back. Take one more breath if your arms are lifted. And then take your hands back to prayer, all the way back to your heart center. Take your left knee forward. We're not done yet. We're going to come to eagle pose. So cross your left leg over your right. And imagine you're sliding down, so right knee bends deeply. Find your balance. And then let's add our arms. So extend your arms, reach them up to the sky. And then cross your left arm underneath your right. Bend your elbows. Take your palms so they meet. Keep breathing. Try and pull your hands away from one another, so create that resistance. All right, let's release the legs first because they're feeling it. Take your left knee up to the chest. Exhale, place your foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold it forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands either straight to your downward facing dog or coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale takes us back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. On your inhale, float your left leg, reach it to the sky. Exhale, knee comes to nose, rounding. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward, high lunge, reach up to the sky. Find your feet. Hands to prayer, warrior three. Weight forward, float your back foot off the floor. Again, find that length from the crown of your head back to your right heel, right hip tucks underneath you. Nice and slowly landing back in your high lunge. Arms to the sky. As you exhale, let's open up warrior two. Adjust your feet as you need it. Relax your shoulders away from your ears so you're not wearing them like earrings. All right, then flip your front palm, exalt your warrior. Left hand reaches up and over your head. Keep that deep bend in your front leg. Take it back, warrior two. And then we find our side angle. So left forearm to thigh, right arm sweeps up and over your head. Keeping your legs really, really strong here. Again, you can keep that elbow on your knee. We might like to straighten out that bottom hand. Keep breathing. And nice and slowly, let's make our way, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Back hand, take it to your hip, and then adjust your feet as you need. Trikonasana, triangle. Left fingertips reach forward. Then take that left hand down. Roll your top shoulder open. Then perhaps that hand reaches to the sky. But really both sides of the waist long here. And again, the crown of your head is reaching towards the front of the room. Take your gaze down towards your front foot. And then re-bend your front leg. Back hand might come to hip. Let's flow to our half moon. So our back foot floats up off the floor. Hand can again be on that brick. Flex your lifted toes. Perhaps that hand reaches to the sky. Keep breathing. If you went for Chapasana last time and it feels like it's there for you today, bend your knee, flex your toes, kick your foot back into your hand. Roll your chest open. Take one more breath if you're here. And then nice and slowly let go of that foot. Let's all land together. Re-bend your front leg. Warrior two. Flip your front palm. Exalt. Take it back to your warrior two. And then we make our way back to our high lunge. So pivot on the ball of your back foot. Arms sweep them to the sky. Hands come down, frame your front foot. Find that twist. Right hand stays down. Left arm opens up. Take a breath. And begin to take your hand down, frame your front foot. Making your way back up, high lunge. Hands to prayer. You know where we're going. Bring the weight forward. Lift your back leg. Take it up towards your chest, your knee. Find your balance. When you're ready, begin to open up your right hip and place your foot again somewhere on your standing leg. Finding your tree pose. Left hip tucks in, right hip draws down. Breathe. Can you broaden through your chest? Can you soften your face? Hands can stay here or extend that prayer up. You can find that mudra once more. Thumb and second finger together. Breathe. If your arms are lifted, coming back, palms back together. Hands to your heart. Take your knee back to center, eagle pose. Right leg crosses over left. Slide down that imaginary wall behind you. Extend your arms up to the sky. Then finding the wrap of the arms. Right arm underneath your left. Bend your elbows. Imagine there is that wall behind you, so you're sliding down, keeping the length through your spine. We're here for one more breath. Legs release first. Right knee up to chest. Exhale, place it back down. Inhale, release the arms, reach them up. Exhale, folds you forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, either down dog or coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale as you come down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale takes you back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. Open your mouth, let it all go. Next, inhale, right leg, float it to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Try and square your shoulders here. So draw your right shoulder down just a little. If you need to, you can bend your standing leg a little, right? So you find a bit more space. Keep pushing down through your palms. Find one more breath. And then straighten out your lifted leg. Flex your toes back. We're going to come to pigeon. So begin to take your right knee to the back of your right wrist. Release your shin down so it becomes parallel to the front of the mat. Adjust as you need to here. So you can move that right foot so it's a little more parallel. Adjust your back leg so it's parallel to the long edge of the mat. And it's really nice here to flex through those front toes to protect the knee joint. So sometimes it can give us a little torque, a little feedback. So we don't want that. We want to protect that. So flex those toes. And then making this a little bit more active before we fold, come up onto your fingertips. Find a little bit of length through the spine. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. And taking your time, we're going to fold forward. So begin to walk your hands forward. And then here, rest your head on something. So you might make a little pillow with your hands. If you've got a brick, you might place your forehead on a brick. Whatever feels right for you. If this is particularly tight through that right hip, you might even place some support underneath that right hip too. Okay, so going where you need to go today. And we're here for a few breaths. So again, surrendering your head down to the mat. Come back to the breath. And notice what's here. So sometimes in these more stagnant poses, our mind can become really active. So can you notice that? And can you come back to the breath? Can you come back to this moment? Take a deep inhale, a deep exhale. And taking your time, there's no rush at all. Start to lift your head back up and walk your hands back towards you. So coming back up onto the hands, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. So take your time to get there. You might be tucking under the back toes, lifting the back knee, and taking your right leg to meet your left. You can pedal out your legs. Take any movement you like here, you feel that you need. All right, and we'll come to the left side. So your inhale, float your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Again, squaring those shoulders, left shoulder draws back. Standing leg, knee can bend as much as you like. Heel can be lifted. Take a deep inhale, a deep exhale. Then straighten out your leg. Begin to come to pigeon on the left side. So this time, left knee comes forward. Come to the back of the left wrist. Adjust your legs as you need it. Making sure that leg, the right leg behind you, is nice and long. And coming up onto your fingertips. Again, if you need it, placing that support underneath that left hip. Come up onto your fingertips. Find a little bit of space, bit of length. Take a deep inhale. A deep exhale. And taking your time, begin to fold forward. Surrendering yourself down to the floor, letting your forehead rest on something. And again, as you get to this pose, can you be present with what's here? Perhaps you notice a sensation in the left hip. Maybe you notice it's different from the right. Can you notice it without judging, without expecting it to be something else? Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Taking your time. Let's come back up. Head lifts back up. Make your way back to your downward facing dog. It will be our last one. If you need a vinyasa here, you can come through. Otherwise, we're going to meet on our knees. So if you're coming through your vinyasa, forward it to plank. Exhale as you bend your elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale takes us back to downward facing dog. Then let your knees come down to the mat. We're going to come down. Swing your legs forward so they come out in front of you. So you're on your bum. And we'll come to a forward fold. So just get nice and comfy on your sitting bones. Flex your toes towards your face. And let's start with bent knees. So knees are bent. Then extend your arms. Reach them up towards the sky so you're feeling all the length through your spine. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, reach forward towards the front of the room. We're going to do this for a couple of breaths. So your inhale, sweep your arms back up to the sky. Exhale as you reach forward. One more time and we stay. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, reach forward, then fold forward. So here you might take hold of your ankles, your toes, whatever you can take hold of. But don't worry so much about how far your hands are towards your feet. Think about tilting your pelvis forward so you're finding length and the spine is staying long. Keep those toes flexed. Take a deep inhale. A deep exhale. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly, your inhale takes your arms back up to the sky. As you exhale, release your hands by your hips. All right, take your feet so they come flat on the floor, so knees are bent. Take your hands back behind you, just about a hand's width. Fingertips face forward, reverse tabletop. On your inhale, lift your hips up off the mat. Open up your chest. Push down through the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands. take another deep inhale, a deep exhale. Slowly let your hips come down to the mat. And we'll come all the way down. So move yourself forward so you've got space behind you for your back to come down. And last little bit if you feel like you need it, otherwise you can come straight down to your mat. Reach your arms forward, slowly rolling all the way down your spine. Let your shoulders hit down. Let your head come down. Let your arms come down. Once you arrive, just take a moment to notice what it feels like to be on your back right now. And when you feel ready, begin to take your knees and squeeze them in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big juicy hug. All right, let's take it to a twist here. We're nearly at our Shavasana. So from here, take your feet so they're back on the floor, knees stay bent. Extend your arms by your shoulders, palms face open to the sky. Lift your hips up, move them a little to the left, then let your knees come down to the mat on the right side. So if they don't come down towards the mat, totally fine. You can lift them a little closer towards your belly button if that feels good. Right hand can come to your top knee. You might even roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Try and relax that left shoulder so it's really sinking down into the mat. And then now letting go of the breath. Let go of anything you're holding onto. Start to soften. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Taking your time, begin to take your knees back to center. And let's change sides. So hips can scoot a little to the right. Let your knees come down to the floor on the left. Again, you might move them up a little. Left hand might come to your top knee. And relax through your right shoulder. Your ear might come to that right shoulder. Notice if your face is clenching, if you're holding any tension between your third eye, the space between your eyebrow. Can you relax it? Take a deep inhale and stay for your exhale. And slowly, knees coming back to center. Squeeze them back in last time. Give yourself a nice big giant hug, a nice big giant squeeze. Head comes in towards your knees. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let your legs extend on your mat and find your Shavasana. So just wiggle around a little to get nice and comfy. Let your palms be facing up to the ceiling. Let your feet flop out to the side. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale it out through your mouth. And just scan your body, scan your mind. And notice if there's anywhere you're holding, anywhere you're gripping. And for these few minutes, can you just let it go? Can you let everything melt down into your mat as you find stillness? Slowly start to deepen your breath. And allow some small movements to come back. Might be a wiggle of the fingers and the toes. And taking a nice big stretch, extending your arms above your head, your legs a little longer on your mat. Bend your knees to your chest and roll over to one side. You can rest your head on your hands. Make a little pillow. And taking your time, we're going to meet in a seat. So pushing down through your palm. And try and keep your eyes closed or soft if you can. Once you arrive in your seat, take your palms together at prayer at your heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just take this moment here to check back in. And notice how you feel now. Notice if there's any changes, any shifts. Perhaps you take that with you for the rest of your day or your week. Let's close sharing one final breath together. Take a deep inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it all go. Allow your head to bow to your heart. Namaste.